Homework time again. Highlighter, ruler, pencil, pen and calculator just in case. I'm actually not going to need it for this one, but anyway. Always nice to have a calculator with you. Should be your favourite thing. So I've got this question here. It's got a bit of data over there. I'm not going to worry about that too much. And a lovely diagram. And the first thing I want to do when I see a diagram is know what the diagram's of. So it says, always says at the top, this diagram shows. So this is cells in the root. So I'm not going to mention any leafy things here. And before I even start looking at the question, I'm going to have a look at the diagram. So I'm thinking these are, what do I know about the roots? It's sort of, it's round, it's got epidermal cells, it's got that bit in the middle, and in between it's got the cortex. So I'm thinking that this will be the core representing cortex, and this outer layer here will be epidermis. And the epidermal cell, this was a really odd shaped cell, so that's going to be my root hair cell. And then I'm thinking is this bit here, all these little white bits here will be the cell wall, and this is going to be cytoplasm, and that's going to be vacuole. And then I've got an arrow going through the cytoplasm, through the structure here, so I'm thinking plasmodesmata, and then through some cytoplasm, through a plasmodesmata, through it, right, okay. So this is obviously one of these roots, so I've got apoplast, symplast and vacuola. Apoplast is the cell wall, symplast is cytoplasm, and vacuola is vacuoles, like it says on the tin. Okay, so I think now that I'm in a position to start on the question. So A is all about one thing, and then B is switching topic a bit, so we'll do A first. Name, cell A. Oh, so they're not just pointing to the cell wall, they're pointing to a whole cell, because they want the cell A, so that is a root hair cell. Okay, how could nitrate ions enter the root if the concentration outside is less than inside? So we're talking about here low concentration, high concentration. So we're going low to high, so active transport. And it just says how could they, so I don't think I need to put anything about ATP or protein carriers. Water moves from point X to point Y, so X and Y, okay. What name describes the pathway? Oh, so this is another nice short answer. So my three pathways, it's going through the cytoplasm, this dotted area, through the plasmodesmata, and that makes it the symplast, which I always remember because it's got a Y in it like cytoplasm. So that's, well, just a little, that's how I do it. Suggest, oh I hate suggest questions, how the Kasparian strip in the endodermis ensures selective absorption of ions. So selective absorption, I'm thinking I need to talk about protein carriers, so I'm talking about types of protein carriers, but what's this Kasparian strip got to do with it? So Kasparian strip's that bit in the cell wall, isn't it, of the endodermis. So okay, what I know about it is the Kasparian strip is waterproof because it's made of suberin. and blocks that cell wall pathway, the apoplast pathway, So now, suggest how the Kasparian strip in the endodermis, I've said what it is and what it does, may ensure the selective absorption. So I'm explaining now. So ions must cross the cell membrane by facilitated diffusion or active transport through a specific protein carrier. And that's the thing that's going to make it selective, isn't it? And so this idea of selective absorption comes up again and again. So you'll meet it again in the kidney, and you meet it again in the gut. So you have to have the right protein carriers to absorb nutrients in the gut. So here we go. Part B. Slightly different topic, still related to plant transport, obviously. The table shows the relative rate of transpiration in two grasses of equal leaf surface area. Okay, so we've got meadow and marram, and meadow grass has a high transpiration rate and marram grass has a low. Now I can't talk about surface area because the surface area is equal in both. So it's not that, marram grass has needles or anything. State 2 adaptations of the marram grass leaf to account for the difference in transpiration. So the difference is that we've got some adaptation to reduce transpiration rate. So these are the sort of general principles, that it could have a thicker waxy cuticle than the meadow grass. And that would certainly slow down transpiration. You could say that it had fewer stomata. I'm going to put per unit area in there because I want to make it really clear that I know that we've got equal leaf surface area. And we could have, it's got hairs on the leaf. We could have that it's got sunken stomata. Or I don't know anything about meadow grass. I might put more hairs on the leaf, just in case meadow grass has some as well. And it could have a rolled leaf. Now marram grass is one of your examples, so you should know these. Meadow grass, of course, you'll know nothing about. And of course it's only 2 out of those ones. So part C, shift of focus again. Transpiration may increase when stomata open. Describe the mechanism. Oh, I love this question. So describe the mechanism causing opening. So this is lovely, isn't it? This is just the same story as it was before. potassium ions are actively transported into guard cells. Starch is converted to malate. Malate and potassium ions lower water potential. Of guard cells. Water flows in by osmosis. The cells become turgid and bend apart because the inner cell wall is thicker than the outer. Lovely. Perfect.